Welcome back to Simple Physique. I know a lot of you are still struggling with fat loss. I know this because I see it everywhere and because the fitness industry is booming like it never has before. Now you say you're doing all the right things, but are you really? If you're eating healthy and doing a bunch of cardio but still not seeing the results you want, then listen up. You might be making one of these fat loss mistakes that are holding you back. And if you are, don't be so hard on yourself. I made every one of these mistakes too, which is why I'm so familiar with them in the first place. It's easy to make fat loss mistakes these days, especially with every other fitness guru trying to sell you their fat loss program. Why aren't any of them working for you the way you thought? They're not telling you the whole truth. But I'm not here for your money. I'm here for your results. So let's get into it. Number one, you're eating more than you realize. I made this mistake when I first started to eat healthy, which is a great start, but it's so damn easy to overeat healthy foods. Just because a food is considered healthy doesn't mean it's low in calories. The biggest examples here are oils, dressings, condiments, nuts, and nut butters. A serving size of these is just 1 to 2 tablespoons. Go measure that out and see what that looks like. And just as a fair warning, it might bum you out a little bit. But you need to know the truth if you're ever going to truly reach your goals. Also, the mindless grazing and snacking adds so many calories throughout the day. You got to chill on that if you're trying to lose weight. We all know how easy it is to throw down on a bag of chips or box of cookies or ice cream or whatever. Now, I'm not saying to never eat any of that stuff. I'm a strong advocate for including the foods you love in your nutrition program. What I am saying is to become aware of the portion sizes and how many calories they have. Then I want you to go right now and find your total daily energy expenditure. Well, find it after you finish watching this video. But once you have that number, eat 250 to 500 calories below that number. That's a great place to start and will 100% give you a steady rate of fat loss. Number two, you're not focusing on resistance strength training. This is a huge mistake that's overlooked by a long shot. People think that it's cardio that's gonna help them lose all the fat. And don't get me wrong, cardio is a very valuable tool to be included in your fat loss program. But most people underestimate the importance that lean muscle mass has on burning calories and ultimately fat. Muscle takes more energy from the body to maintain. Simply put, the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn throughout the day. Also, having lean muscle mass is what gives you that toned aesthetic look. And ladies, I'm talking to you too. I'm especially talking to you because I can't believe how many women I've heard say that they're afraid to get bulky. That won't happen, like ever. Unless you're taking steroids, you just don't produce enough testosterone to get big and bulky. It's hard enough for us guys to gain muscle. But when you lose the fat, you want that sleek, sexy muscle to show underneath. So do yourself a favor and start focusing more on building muscle through resistance strength training. If you're a beginner, all you need is 2 to 3 days a week to get started and focus on compound lifts that utilize multiple muscle groups like squats, deadlifts, pull-ups, chest presses, and overhead presses. Number three, you're not staying committed to your fat loss goal. This is the biggest thing that keeps people from reaching their goals. Sometimes this looks like impatience and sometimes it's just getting a case of a f***its. Look, you've got to go into a fat loss journey knowing that it's going to take some time. You didn't put on the weight in 2 to 4 weeks, which means it's not all going to come off that fast either. A steady rate of fat loss is about 1 pound of fat a week. 2 pounds a week is doable, but I recommend that for advanced dieters as it is quite aggressive, requiring a 1,000 calorie deficit, which can be pretty difficult if you're not ready for the physiological and psychological challenges that it can present. You might see more than 1 or 2 pounds of weight loss on the scale at the beginning, but expect your weight loss to eventually even out at about 1 or 2 pounds a week. This means that if you have 15 pounds of fat to lose, that can take 2 to 3 months. If you need to lose more than that, it will take longer. Be willing to commit that time. And trust me, however long it takes you to reach your goal is worth it. Learn to adopt a nutrition program that you enjoy and implement it into your lifestyle. Sustainability is key. Number four, your calories are too low and for too long. This one sounds counterintuitive because it might make sense to think that, oh, the lower my calories are, the more fat I'll burn. That's true up to a certain point. If your calories are super low, somewhere in the range of 1,000 to 1,200 calories or less per day, and you're doing your cardio and still not seeing fat loss, then what's likely happening is something called adaptive thermogenesis. Your metabolism has majorly slowed down and your body is trying to hold on to everything you eat. You've got to reignite your metabolism, and you do that by eating at your caloric maintenance level for about 2 to 4 weeks. Just as a disclaimer, you might see the scale go up a little bit during this time, but much of this will be water weight, so don't let it discourage you. I know that's a bummer to hear, but if you keep doing what you're doing, then you're just gonna keep struggling to lose weight for years and years to come. After that initial 2 to 4 weeks of eating at your caloric maintenance level, slowly increase the deficit, starting at 250 calories less than your TDEE, and gradually increasing that deficit by 100 calories every 2 to 3 weeks or so, or as you see your progress slow down. So if you're finding that you're making any of these fat loss mistakes, it's not too late to fix them. Look, I'm just here to speak the truth about fat loss and to simplify your body transformation. At the end of the day, it's your body and you can do whatever you want with it. I just want to leave you with one question. How long are you willing to do the same thing over and over again, knowing that it's not working for you? Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.